Jesse Rizo is here for you. It's here for you, na. Like I said, it's super simple. Please feel free to subscribe.
One thing I did want to let you guys know though, on the driver's side, there's actually one more step that we have to do that the passenger side just doesn't have. So make sure to stay tuned for that so you guys don't miss it. But like I said, it's almost all the same process except that one step. It's nothing crazy, but you need to do it to make sure to mount this correctly. So let's keep going with this and show you guys. What he's doing right now is he's actually painting the bottom half of the bracket, as you guys can tell. So he's going to do, of course, little by little, just to make sure to coat it nice and clean, so it's going to look really good at the end. And once he coats the bottom, then we'll go ahead and move on to the top and start painting that as well, so it'll look really clean. And then of course we got to let it dry, so we'll let that sit for a couple minutes, and then we'll mount the shock, and we're basically done with this side. And then the truck will now have, of course, 12-inch smooth body from King's with the remote reservoirs and adjusters, with archive garage setup in the back. And of course, one thing I did want to let you guys know, if you guys do end up wanting to go ahead and get this, make sure to hit up Rent It for Tacos, because I do have a discount code through them and you guys can use it. It'll be in the description box below. Another thing, I still need to get one more thing back here, but that's going to be for a different video. Let me show you guys. It's actually, it's not needed 100%, but it just looks cool in my opinion. It's going to be from Archive Garage as well, and it's going to be basically a cross member that goes across just to kind of help support the frame. Like I said, it's not 100% needed. It's just gonna look really awesome if I do get it. So stay tuned for that. But once again, if you guys do want to get these King shocks that I did get, no matter the front or the rear, doesn't matter, description box below, discount code for you guys through Rent It for Tacos. And also check out all their other products, because I do have discount code for some other products as well. Now that the paint is dried up right there and right here at the bottom as well, now we're gonna go ahead and get the King shock and start mounting it. One thing I did want to let you guys know, I know on the Archive Garage we're directional, but as far as for the King shocks, you can grab either one, it's gonna fit it, doesn't matter. It's not like the fronts as well. I know in the front those were directional, if you guys do remember watching that video. If you haven't watched it, description box below. But what we're gonna do here is we're gonna now grab the baggie that says shock bolts on it, which you're gonna wanna go ahead and do inside. There's gonna be a couple bolts, washers, and nuts. I'll show you guys which ones we grabbed right now, and then we'll get to mounting the shock. All right, so right now he's just kind of mocking it up. So the bolt that I was talking about, it's the bigger ones. It has thread right here, and then towards the top there's no thread on it. That's the bolt that you're gonna wanna go ahead and grab. So you just put it into the front just like that and make sure it goes all the way through. And then up next, what you're going to want to go ahead and do, inside that same baggie, grab the nut. That one's going to go on the other side. On camera, you guys aren't going to be able to see it, but basically he's holding the nut from one side and tightening down the bolt from this side. Of course, that's hand tightened for right now. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the bottom, and we're going to do the same thing. Of course, now that we hand tightened that bolt on top, up next what we ended up doing right here is we actually raised the diff a little bit more. The reason why is so that way that bolt that's going to go through there will align with the hole here. So as you can tell, the bolt's going to go through this side that way, and then the nut will be on the inside of the truck. Now that we've hand tightened everything, we're going to go ahead and now leave this just like this. Of course, we still need to mount our reservoir. Unfortunately, I don't have the brackets with me today, so we're just going to be using some zip ties for now, and then I'll get back to mounting them correctly with an actual bracket. We'll leave that there. Let's now skip to the other side. All the steps, yes, they're going to be very identical. Only difference on the driver's side is you're going to notice right here there is a bracket here. That you're actually going to need to cut that off to actually allow the Archive Garage bracket to fit flush. So like I said, that's the only difference. Everything else, as far as all the steps that we've done already, is going to be exactly the same. You just need to make sure to pay attention here on the driver's side, cut off that bracket. So that's the only different step that I was telling you guys about earlier that the driver's side has. It's nothing bad. It's actually easily possible, and that's it. So let's go ahead and now move on to this side, finish it up, and show you guys the travel that this thing has. It's gonna be insane. One thing I wanted to show you guys really quick, so noticing right here, this is gonna be the stock hanger. So as you can tell, the leaf pack, it does sit up this way. So there's the leaf pack, so pay attention. So of course, like I said, this one's the stock one. Let me go on this side and show you guys the brand new one from Archive Garage. So you're gonna notice now the leaf pack actually sits at an angle, so it allows for more travel.
Super simple. Please feel free to subscribe.
So right now we're going to show you guys. So you're going to notice we have the bracket in hand, and you're also going to notice there's a yellow mark right there on the frame. So basically what we did is we grabbed the bracket and we kind of lined it up to see where it's going to fit. So that's the piece that we're going to need to be cutting right there. Everything on the right side is going to have to go. So right now what he's going to do is he's going to use the grinder and basically just shave off that whole section. Once he finishes that up, I'll show you guys just to get an idea, and then we'll keep going with the install. Let me show you guys. So of course, now that it's the section that we need cut off is now cut off. It's grinded down, so it's super smooth. Now we just need to paint that little section, but as you can tell, we then put the bracket after, and now it fits nice and flush. And you're gonna notice these yellow markings and the yellow markings up there. That's because we've now put the bracket up. We kind of measured it up, mocked it up, and we put our lines where we're gonna need to, of course, down here weld, and where we're gonna be cutting the holes up there. So just wanted to show you guys before we actually put the bracket, then you're not gonna be able to see it. Of course, once you finish that up, now all you gotta do is exactly the same steps you did on the opposite side, which is the passenger side. Now you're gonna go ahead and do it to the driver's side. Exactly same steps. Like I had said, and I mentioned it a lot, that's the only different step that you have to do on the driver's side compared to the passenger side. So let's finish up, and of course we need to finish up the brake lines, and we're done.
Super simple. Please feel free to subscribe.
As you can tell, we're done with the installation. We did the other side, and now we're right here on this side. So of course, looking right here before you guys point it out, I know the reservoir is actually zip tied right now, so that's going to be temporary. Like I was telling you guys before, I'm going to have Jerry make me some custom brackets for the reservoir, so that way it sits nice and clean up here. For now, the zip ties are going to have to do its work. Hopefully they don't break off, but look at it. It looks freaking awesome overall. So there is the 12-inch Kings, like I told you guys. These are freaking awesome, and that's the Archive Garage brackets that we put, of course, at the top and the bottom. And then of course right here we have the Archive Garage hangers. Maybe down the road we'll go ahead and do the crossbar that goes right here, just so it looks awesome and adds some support, of course. So right now what we're going to be doing is we're going to finish off this side. Like I said, it's going to be temporary, but we're going to zip tie that reservoir up there out of the way just so it doesn't fall. And in about a week I'll come back and I'll have him do the brackets for me. So right now all we have left is going to be removing the two brake lines here and adding the brand new brake lines that I did get, which I'll link down below as well if you want them. Those are going to be steel braided brake lines, and they're also longer as well. So that's what we're going to be doing up next. And like I said, just remember, if you guys do end up doing this modification, do not forget the brake lines, because if you forget the brake lines, you're going to end up tearing those things. Back to the brake lines. So now we're going to go ahead and remove these. So you're going to notice right here on this side, there's going to be one bolt here and one bolt right here. Those are going to be a size 10 millimeter to go ahead and remove them. You want to do this slowly because they're going to start leaking. One trick that Jerry does is with some pliers, he actually clamps this down so that way it stops leaking, and then we'll go ahead and fully remove them. You guys will see. I just kind of want to explain what we're doing. So as you can tell, it has like some little spacer washer type things in there, like a clip. What he was doing, he just kind of got a flathead and he's just hammering it out. So of course that's after you've loosened that nut that I told you guys, and you just take those out. There's going to be two, one on that side and one on the opposite side, which is the right side, you'll see right now. And then once you do that, then like I said, you slowly let the brake line loose by removing the bolt. Starting to leak out, that's just the brake fluid. Once you see it start leaking out, then you get yourself some clamps, and as you can tell, he's going to go ahead and clamp them down just like that. just so that way they don't keep bleeding out and we don't lose all our fluid. Of course, if you do need a brake flush, this is probably the time to do it. Just you know, let out all the brake fluid. And once you have them clamped down, then you want to go ahead and go back to this side, and you just want to release it completely now.
Super simple. Please feel free to subscribe.
Now that you've removed the bottom ones, so up next, of course, now looking at the top, you're going to be doing the same exact steps. So we're going to just slowly release them, we'll clamp them down, and then of course just kind of repeat the process that we just did at the bottom. We'll show you guys right now, just to show you guys a comparison. So of course we've already finished up this line, which I'll show you on this one how we did it, but I just wanted to show you guys the before and after. So of course this line here is going to be the aftermarket one that we did get from Wheelers Off-Road. You could go ahead and get yours. As you can tell, it's a lot longer compared to the factory one. The factory one is kind of like really stretched, it's kind of kinked up, and it's pulling on it. That's very bad because, like I said, off-road, that can rip. As far as these brand new ones, as you can tell, there's still a lot of play in them, and I can still flex out more and it'll be fine. So now let's go ahead and keep going, and on this side I'll go ahead and show you guys kind of what we did with this one at the top. This one, you actually do have to be pretty quick with it. If you're not, you're gonna leak out all your fluid, and then you're gonna have to do a complete brake flush. Like I said, if you need a brake flush, might as well do it now, but if not, do this quick. We'll show you guys. First thing, before removing that top one, you want to go ahead and go to your baggie. Inside the brake lines, you're going to have these like gold little fittings, and those are basically going to be like the ones we took off from the factory, those little spacer things that we took off, but these are going to be in gold. So you want to grab those right now, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the top and get going. Alright, and as you can see it right up top right there, that just kind of locks the nut into place. So once you slide it in, then you can go ahead and tighten them down. We're not going to be reusing, of course, the factory ones we took out, because these gold ones actually replace it. They're a lot better. Another thing that I did want to let you guys know, those top ones up there, they're going to be super hard to take off if you guys are changing out your brake lines just like me. There's not much room up there, so it's a little bit hard. So right now what he's going to be doing is he's going to get ready to, of course, remove that nut up top. 1 or 2 drops is fine for it to come out. Nothing will happen. If you are feeling uncomfortable with it after you install this, you could go ahead and add a little bit of brake fluid, but I mean, you'll be fine. And there it is, you guys. So there's the factory one that just popped out, the factory little washer bushing. And you just unscrew the line, and you're gonna notice it's gonna start leaking. So this is the part that I was saying. You do kind of gotta be fast right here. I'll try to zoom in a little bit for you guys. There it is. And the faster you do this, of course, the less fluid you'll leak. Now he's just hand tightened it. So up next, to tighten those top ones, it's a 10 on one side and it's a 19 millimeter on the other side. Before we do that though, we're gonna wait and look at this bottom side of the line. We need to wait to see the fluid start coming out. If we tighten it right now, we're gonna have air in our systems and my brakes are not gonna work. So we're gonna wait, like I said, until we start seeing a couple drops come out, and then we'll go ahead and do the same process and now install the bottom side, and we'll basically be done. All we just need to do is tighten everything down. As you can see, it's leaking, so now he's going to go ahead and just reinstall it same way we took it off. Alright, so there it is. So now up next, you want to go ahead and get those like gold little fittings, and those are going to go inside where the silver ones were, of course, so on the back side of here. So it's going to be the same way, just with the gold ones. And in this process here, you want to make sure they go in super straight, because if you don't put them in straight, they ain't going to close. And once you have the gold fitting put in, now you could go ahead and tighten them down, which, like I said, the bigger end is going to be a size 19 and the opposite side is going to be a size 10. We successfully tied down the bottom one. Now we're moving on to the top up there, as you can see. So same thing, one side 19 millimeter and the other side would be a size 10. And like I told you guys, top section's gonna be super hard, I'm not gonna lie. So just be patient. So now that we're done installing the brake lines, it's gonna be the moment of truth. So now we're finally done with everything. Like I said, one more time, just in case someone missed it. I know there's zip ties on my reservoir. That's gonna be temporary. It's gonna be about a week. For now, that's gonna have to do. One more thing before I forget. Right now that we dropped the truck, don't forget, we still need to torque these down, and we still need to put the bolts that go inside the shock towers in there. All right, you guys, so now we've torqued down this top bolt that's right here, and then we've also torqued down this bottom one that's right here. So up next, what we're going to be doing is, if you guys do remember, we had to drill out some holes for the bolts that do go into the bed. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. So inside, it does come provided with 4 of these, which is 4 bolts and 4 nuts, and it also comes provided with 2 of these like plate washers. So for one side, you want to go ahead and grab one of the plates and go ahead and grab 2 of these bolts and nuts. So basically, this is going to be for one side, and then that there is going to be for the opposite side. So let's do that now. Right now, I have Jerry right here at the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and go right here up top, and you're going to notice the bolts are going to come out through here from the pre-cut holes that we did. So there's one bolt here, and now he's going to put the other bolt on this side. You guys will see it come up right now. All right, so now that you can see both bolts coming right through, you're going to notice you want to go ahead and grab that washer plate that I was telling you guys and put it right over, just like that. And once it's done like that, you want to go ahead and now grab the nuts and tighten it down with your hand, and then we'll torque them down right after. All right, so now that the plate and the bolts are through, I'm going to go ahead and grab the nuts. Just hand tighten for now, just so it doesn't fall back through, and I'm going to do the same with the other side. Tighten those nuts down, and of course from the bottom we've tightened the bolts. So I just want to let you guys know, so the bolt section, which is from the bottom right here, those are going to be a size 16 millimeter socket to go ahead and tighten down. And then from the top side, which is the ones I was working on, the nuts that come out of the bed, those are going to be a size 18 millimeter socket. So I don't know why they did that, but just letting you guys know, bolts are a 16 millimeter, and the nuts right here up top are going to be an 18. So now we're going to just repeat the same process to the opposite side, and we'll be done. Right now we do have the truck on the floor, as you guys can tell. So now it sits pretty nice. It looks pretty leveled. The front, we do have, like I told you guys, the 2.5s, and then now for the rear, as you guys can tell, it looks freaking awesome. I can't wait till we add the brackets, so that way I don't have those zip ties. But damn, check that out, you guys. It looks so cool. So not only for the functionality of these shocks, I got them, but also because of, I'm not gonna lie, because of the looks. Look how awesome that looks. It kind of goes into the bed with the big old remote reservoir, and it has adjusters, of course. Like I said, description box below if you want to get them. But right now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and now raise it up and just kind of show you guys. So there it is, you guys. You can't really see it in video, but this looks freaking awesome in person. It's actually pretty extended. Now we're going to go ahead and re-torque all the bolts underneath. Now that the truck is on the floor, we can torque everything down. As exciting as it was kind of showing you guys right now, doesn't show as much as if when I'm actually off-road. So if you guys want to see kind of like updates and stuff like that, make sure you guys are following my Instagram, because of course when I do go off-road, that's mainly where I post everything kind of live or right away. So if you guys want to kind of keep updated on this suspension setup, sure to follow my Instagram, and I'll try to get good pictures and video for you guys as well. But man, this truck is looking awesome. Can't wait to install the front bumper as well, and it's just going to be kind of a finished picture. After that, we just have little things to do here and there, and the truck is almost done, which it probably never will be, but it should be where I've always wanted it. All right, you guys, so now that we finished up with the installation, as you guys saw, I really did enjoy it, and I hope you guys did too. If you guys haven't watched last week's video when we did the front installation, make sure to check it out. It'll be in the description box below. Just in case you guys do want to go ahead and purchase any of this suspension, don't forget, I do have a discount code from Running for Tacos. It'll also be in the description box below. And also with many other products from their website, check out my discount code. If it works, you get a discount on your part. Another thing, I'm going to go ahead and now let Jerry kind of explain what he does here, just in case you guys are new and don't know who he is. He is Beast Fab. He is the owner. I'm going to let him explain a little bit more.
Alright guys, so now that we're finished with the install with Jesse's truck, so I'm gonna explain to you guys a little bit of what we do here. We do pretty much everything on this truck, you know, general fabrication, the body armor, sliders, bumpers, kit plates. You know, we're gonna have, this year, we're gonna have a new line of products. You know, we're gonna start adding up more to the list. It's gonna be more models for Toyotas and any other brands. We do any modifications that you guys need, suspension, CMCs, we do installs, you know, all that kind of stuff, lighting, whatever you guys need. You know, we do everything here. here in-house, and not just for vehicles. You know, we do everything for little toys that you have, you know, I would say like Can-Ams, racers. We're pretty open to any products. So all my information is gonna be in the box down below. We're located in San Marino, so we're not too far from you guys. So if you guys need anything, just give us a call. You know, we have the office, so give you guys a call, leave a message. We don't answer, so or shoot us a text on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we're gonna be here, guys. So thank you for watching, and see you guys next time.
Oh yeah, see you guys.
Jesse Rizo is here for you. It's here for you now. Like I said, it's super simple. Please feel free to subscribe.